Hello, it's me, it's Christina, on your favorite podcast originated Twitch channel. And I'm doing a stream on what is being offered in Halloween 2023 in Wizard101. I'm introducing a new character tonight. You can see this is Olivia. Olivia is a pyromancer. A long time ago, in I guess 2011, my mother, who was still alive at the time, as sort of a goof, took the test to see what sort of wizard she would be and came up with pyromancer. And furthermore, made a wizard which actually looks shockingly like she looked as a woman when she was in her 40s. So my mom really loved Christmas and she really loved wrapping things at Christmas time. So I usually keep this tune in with a little Christmas wrapping paper. Just as sort of a nice memory of my mother. But I do play it every so often. And I do think I will maybe get her a Halloween wand. But what I thought we might do is the quest. You have to be level 13 to do the Halloween quest. To get you a nice creepy looking pet. The name of the quest is, oh, isn't that great? The website doesn't tell me the name of the quest. All right, but it is a Halloween quest, and it is called A Trouble is Growing. The vegetables farmer Tarley planted in the haunted cave aren't behaving like they should. Is something amiss? Wizards level 13 and above should visit Dworgen, the Death Professor, in Nightside to pick up this Halloween quest. Defeat the evil Nosferabbit at the end, and you have a chance at a special item drop. Wizards who complete this quest will receive a Frankenbunny pet. So, I thought it would be more fun to do it on a lower level wizard versus, Christina, my main is like level 123, I think, and probably would blow through the quest pretty easily, so I decided to take her on a low-level wizard. I actually had planned to do this on a storm wizard I have that's level 16, and I have quested so little on that I don't have Nightside unlocked yet, so I decided maybe I should at least do it on a wizard that could get to Nightside without having to port in. I thought, who else knows what else I might not be able to get into live on the air with that wizard. So let's talk to Dworgen. Something rotten in Nightside. Young wizard, I've received word of spooky dealings afoot in the haunted cave. Yes, I know there's always spooky dealings in the haunted cave, but this sounds especially terrifying. The haunted cave is overrun with monstrous, disfigured vegetables. Oh, the horror! No one knows where they came from, but rumor has it the grotesque greens walked there, all by themselves. Okay, well, please go investigate the vile veggies in the haunted cave before all Wizard City is turned into a supernatural salad bar. Well, that would be terrible. So, okay, I'm going to take a moment here, and I think my game sound is off. All right, hopefully that'll be... If I'm streaming with a second person, I tend to keep the game sound off, but... because the only way, without using some extra software that's sort of beyond me and my friends' technological capabilities, the only way to have the sound record and everything is to also have it come through your headset when you are talking with someone while you stream and play. And I really can't handle the game sounds coming through and my friends' chatter coming through. That's just a little bit beyond me. Let's see. I have a feeling that I'm using a wand that is stitched. And yes, I do want to. And I have a good feeling if I were to go back to Olivia's dorm room and take a peek that she will have some sort of Halloween wand that she would like to use to terrify y'all's neighborhood. Oh boy. Well, she doesn't have one. And I have tons and tons of Halloween stuff on my other tunes. So I got to tell you, I'm not gonna spend crowns buying one because I got plenty. And just I'll put it in the shared bank for next time. Today you'll have to see. Okay, um, we will have Olivia play with that super sparkly blade. So my mother named this tune Olivia when she made it. And I don't really think she ever intended to play it. I think she just sort of did it as a goof, but I thought it was really sweet that she was taking an interest in something that had been making me so happy. Um, and so I was visiting her, and she said, I was, logged into the game to like check my gardens or something. She's like, "Oh, well, let me have a look at this and all that stuff." And I said, "Oh, it'd be fun if you took the test to see what sort of wizard you would be." And my friend Tom had his mother-in-law do it. It would be funny, Mom. So she became a fire wizard, and then she made the wizard, and um, I hatched up a pet for it named Nikki, which is the name of a dog that my mother had when I was a girl that I was very fond of. But my mom loved the expression "when pigs fly," and there was a bunch of children's story with a pig named Olivia, which is why she named her tune Olivia. But my mom passed away in 2016. My mom was a big, big fan of Halloween. And she would think that this was great that I was taking out the tune that she made on a goof to do some questing with y'all. My goodness gracious. This guy is chatty. I'm so close. Am I? I don't really feel like I am. All right. I'm just grabbing all these quests. What I want to do during the stream today is the quest at the end of the cave, but I know I will fly through some of these. Uh, I'll just finish some of them organically. Now, why is it all like uh, still telling me to go to Sherlock Bones? There we go. This is what I want, Haunted Cave. So when this quest came out years ago, I can't even guess at when it came out. But my son was really excited because when he was little, he was in the third or fourth grade when he started playing Wizard101. He was in third grade, but he was in fourth. Anyway, he was in fourth grade by the time we did the first set of Halloween events. But he used to go down to Haunted Cave and sort of speculate about what could take place someday at these different sort of blank storefronts or blank doors at the end of Haunted Cave. And he actually wrote a letter to King's Isle about it. And so he was like 9 years old, and it was pretty adorable. And I found that letter that he wrote when he was about 20 or 21 and like just moving into his own apartment with his friends and sort of starting his own life. I think possibly he read the letter to King's Isle out loud for one of his little segments on Ravenwood Radio, which was Stuff Stormy Says. But he essentially had speculated that they could put a boss behind one of those doors someday, and the boss that he had the door he had speculated about, there did in fact wind up being this holiday boss back there. So we were all we thought he was quite clever. I like this old Marleybone car. Um, my mother, when she gave up a convertible after she had four kids, like literally in 4 years, and the youngest two were about 2 years old, and she took them out for ice cream one night. So this is back in the 1960s when people just didn't really think that much about seat belts and car seats for kids. And she took my brother and sister, who were twins, out for ice cream in her convertible. They were about 2 years old, and they like stood up and stuck their hands, you know, over their heads and like, wee, all the way home. And she was like, okay, well, I want to be a cool mom, but I don't know if I can be cool enough to drive a convertible if my kids are going to stand up and make a big stink driving down the road on the way home. So that was around the time that my mom decided that she should get something more like a mom car. So naturally, I blame my brother and sister, who were twins, and like, you ruined it. Our mom could have had a convertible when I was a teenager. Ooh, I find several lifeless vegetable husks completely drained of their juices. Ew, that's ew, gross. Are those bite marks? Oh, Tarly needs help. All right, we're going to explore this mysterious cave. I don't think I want to team up. Ooh, 45 minutes. All right. Ah, Tarly, what were you doing here? Well, great. Christina's mom's got to come in and clean up this mess. All right? She's not going to need any prisms. So believe me when I tell you, I could not have been more shocked when my mother came out as a pyromancer. I just assumed she would be a life wizard. Or I guess second guess would have been balance. Or, maybe ice like me, but fire. You could have knocked me over with a feather. And I was like, Mom, take the test again. She's like, no, I'm not going to take the test again. I'm going to make a fire wizard. Ah. So these guys have 400 health. I mean, I guess at like level 20, 25 or 26, which I am, this will definitely be something I can solo, but not, take everybody out in one round like I would on one of my higher level wizards. Oh, hello, Edward. Oh, thank you for being here. That is so sweet. I'm sorry that I'm just now noticing you. Everybody that usually streams and is around other times is at work right now. So I decided to just fly solo. No, I'm so glad that I looked down and saw you, though. Thank you for being here. So did you hear all the silly, sentimental stuff I said about this originally being a wizard my mother made as a goof on my account when I was visiting her once? Oh no. Ice spell. What are we going to do? There we go. I worked really hard to hatch this pet so that my mother would have a pet that would heal her if she ever wanted to play more. Aha, take that. Yeah, I was a little worried about myself, Charlie. I'm not going to lie. Oh, look at that. My health is all the way back up. Yay. Tarly. Yeah, I'm glad to be doing it too. Steven doesn't play Wizard really anymore at all, but he does play Pirate. So on the weekends when he's around, we're streaming Pirate, and I'm going to try to do Wizard on Monday nights, and then maybe some other people will join me. I think Catherine Light, might have more time than she did for a long time. I'm kind of hoping she'll at least play with me. All right, so Tarly says that he and his brother Carly were farming these caves, but everything went haywire, and now he's trapped. Oh, they were farming in the caves because their innovative method of gardening requires darkness instead of sunlight. That sounds like a great way to get a lot of mold and mildew to me, but you know. Oh, maybe the cave is cursed, but our crops ripened into pure evil. They tried to seal off the lower caves, but the blood bats attacked, and our dynamite exploded too soon, trapping Carly. Now the rest of the dynamite they need to clear the blockage is surrounded by blood bats. Please, we've got to get that dynamite. Yeah, Edward, my work is seasonal, but it's always closed on Sundays. So, like, I know for sure I can commit to closing on Sundays, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get out of work early enough to make a 7 o'clock stream. Uh, any other day of the week, I would be a little nervous about. So I think it's going to work out all right. Oh, hello, Craig. How are you? This is one of the Craigie is one of the few people who has actually played with Olivia before. We did some of Crocotopia together. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is sort of a way to actually have some fun on Sundays instead of just when you're streaming, you can have some fun and kind of get your mind off the fact that, oh gosh, tomorrow I have to go back to work. I actually really like my work, so that part of it is good. Um, and I typically don't have to be in until like 9 or 10 in the morning, so at least it's not um, how do you call it? At least it's not drudgery. But yeah, Sunday afternoons it's always sort of like, oh no, the weekend's over. All my friends are going back to work. This stinks. All right, you know what Dida would say? Meteor strike. Thank you, Craigie. What? Okay, Jack. Oh, my cat. Whoo, is he mad? Yeah, I saw you were saying, Edward, that your job was sort of, not meeting expectations. And that's tough. I mean, I at one point I moved from Florida to Texas for a job that just was not what it said it was. So that was really sobering. And I think you said you took a couple weeks off before you started on the next one, which I think is a really good idea. Just sort of give yourself cleanse your palate or something, so you don't have all that negativity of the job that didn't work out hanging over you while you're starting the new job. Okay, I'm going to try to recover the dynamite. Something tells me these bats are not going to just let me sneak by. Oh, look at that. Well, they did. Good for them. Maybe they won't let me sneak back out. Talk to Charlie. Well, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and fight these guys just in. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to come back and fight them again. I don't want to break the dungeon by fighting stuff I don't have to. Who's Steven Spirit Collar's watching from his phone? Thank you. Oh, look who my favorite ice wizard, other than myself, Angel Bane, has logged on. They have not put up the Halloween towers yet. I forgot, Ed, that they typically don't do that all month long. It comes later in the month. But I want to do some of them, and I'm hoping there'll be some sort of skeleton key boss. Oh, I see. He wants me to go set the C4 for him. That's great. Ugh. The veggies were after the blood bats. Oh, that's kind of scary. So why were they fighting me? I was coming here to rescue them. I gotta rescue the. I was gonna say I gotta rescue the veggies, but who? I'm not gonna try to kid anybody. I'm not gonna eat veggies. I found out today that it's National Spinach Month or something, so I think they should just call it Popeye Day. All right, guys. If you would like me to rescue you from these vegetables, you should let me walk around you. Oh my gosh, my cats are chasing each other around, making trouble. Oh, ooh, sorry about that, Mom. Oh, your bangs got a little singe there. Oops. Sorry, Mom. Well, they do have the Halloween towers, but like this Halloween quest is out right now, where you go fight Nosferabbit or whoever, and you get the Franken Bunny pet and all that. But the Halloween towers are not up yet. You can see the sigils near Malorn and Ashthorn of where they're going to be, but they're not up all month. You're not Tarly, you're a wizard. Even better, that's right. These undead veggies are trying to juice me. Help. Oh no. It'd be kind of funny if we could get Lizzo. Because, trying to juice them. Get it? Haha, juice. All right. All right, there are no fire dudes here. Okay, I'm going to ask the most important question that there possibly is. Have you seen any acorns? That's right, everybody. That Piggle has Maycast Unicorn and Maycast Sprightly. Oh, I'm sorry. Are there any Halloween events? Yeah, it's like Edward said, it's sort of a combo birthday Halloween. Yeah, I knew it was you. That's why I was trying to be silly. Well, I want to know what level you are. Nope. Okay, so you have to be at least level 76 based on your hat. Well, I would love to quest some, even if it's only to do Halloween stuff. Let me see if I can. Oh no, I didn't see that he had a fire. Oh good, I'm glad I fizzled. Haha. Edward, it's been going terrible, to be honest. It's very slow. I had a great talk with Sean Redhammer, and he helped me with my deck setup, which is part of why my battles were going so slow. But I would love to quest with you and get more caught up. And it looks like you're off Sundays and Mondays, so maybe that's something I should take advantage of starting next weekend. Oh, I better heal myself. Oops. I think I'm at I'm at level 123, and I know I'm somewhere in Imperia, and actually I'm really enjoying Imperia. I love all of the pop culture references. I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I'm a huge fan of the James T. Kirk character, and I just love all the jokes and references on Kirk and Shatner and all that. But it was taking me, I would log in and get through like one battle and then have to stop. So I think, if you had time to help me, and then on top of that, the tips Sean gave me on my deck setup, I just had way too many spells in there. So of course it was taking me forever to get the spells that could actually finish people off. Oh, this isn't very funny. I might need Angel to come in. No, thank you, Doozy. No. All right, Ed, I will. Thank you. All right, this is not really what I had in mind. I pictured myself getting through these tests much more easily. Angel, please don't log out. I might need you to teleport in. I mean, not that it would hurt me to be defeated live on the air and have to start over, but... This is like the opposite of VeggieTales, which is, you know, this really sweet, wholesome 3D animated series for kids, and it teaches, you know, life lessons on how to be a good person and, you know, just not to be a jerk and to stop slapping each other with fish and stuff like that. This is the opposite of that. These are evil VeggieTales. Ha ha, you fizzled. Oh, come on. I know they laughed at me. Yeah, I had a feeling because you probably haven't done this quest, Craig. But it'll be fine. If worse comes to worse, I'll hire a henchman. I spent a little bit of money on crowns today. Take that. Wow, one of my cats is super unhappy, and I even let him do his favorite thing, which is go out in the hall and goof off for like 45 minutes earlier. But the minute I clapped on the headset, he started the meowings. Oh boy, this isn't looking good, Olivia. Okay, let's. Yep. There we go. He'll never see that coming. Oh, he's going to heal us. Yay. But just in case he fizzles, let me heal myself. I think a little OP me bringing in a level 80 henchman when the whole point was that I wanted to like do this myself and not have it be a one shot. But, you know, girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. So after Impera, there's Caramel and then Wallaroo, or is there another one in between that I'm also missing? Wow, I wish you guys could hear. My cat is really reading me the riot act. If you wanted to hear some kitty swears, Jack's really serving them up right now. Lumeria, okay. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, this isn't looking good, folks. Really, right about now, wishing I wasn't so noble. And I did think about hiring Jabari, don't get me wrong, but this guy was right there at the top, and I was like, all right. And I remember using him in the past and not being happy, feeling like he didn't heal enough, but then the first thing he did was heal me, so. That's kind of gross. He's going to need to hit the showers after. He's got a lot of bat barf on him. I think it's so clever that they took the vegetables from. Maybe he'll use a forest lord. That'd be great. You know, the first time Steven saw the gnomes spell, he laughed super hard. He thought that was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Usually when I see the forest lord spell, I'm like, Chewbacca said no decaf. Oh, it's so funny. Get him. There we go. Whew. All right. Okay. Excellent. I know we're still going to have to defeat the little zombie bunny after, but. Yeah, now my cat is now like pawing at the door like he's going to run away from home. That's the closet door. What are you going to do? Get yourself your umbrella first? You soloed? Wow, Caramel and Lemuria with level 60 gear. Wow. Yeah, like, see, I don't have any of... Oh, here we go. Thank you. Like, I don't have any of the... I think I have like one or two things from the Malistair dungeon at level 100. I think I have like the hat from there. And maybe one other thing. I've got a level 96 ring at level 123. And I know I have... for a long time I used a ring that I crafted in Avalon. You know, I think KI really does have a persistent problem with gear being relevant. I remember how long we used the Waterworks gear for, and I guess that's probably what you're still using. If you're using level 60 gear, you're probably using Waterworks gear. I love that animation. Oh, that's funny. Oh, yay, Olivia leveled up. Yay, excellent. Okay, look, she got her treasure card. Oh, she got a black cat treasure card, and I just cannot. I can't, I never use the black cat treasure cards. I always save them. I can't tell you how many of them I have on my main. Hi, Carly. Okay. Nosferabbit's burrow. No, I have not heard the tale. Whew. So are you saying that he's like the Nathanos of the Spiral? You have to stop Nosferabbit and his army of undead veggie revenants before they ascend upon Wizard City. All right, we have to stop him and his army of undead veggie revenants. The fate of every living vegetable in the Spiral is in your hands. Great. Our fate is in your hands, says Padme Amidala. I also found out today that there's a skeleton key boss in Sunken City, but you don't have to do all of Sunken City to get to him. Blah, the last wizard to visit my home denied me my precious veggie juice, forcing me into eternal slumber. But lo, the vegetables have made a miraculous return, and so too has my strength. I've just in time for dinner. I insist you have a bite. Oh, dude. My veggie revenants are to die for. Blah. Okay, dude. That's about enough of that nonsense. Let's see if I do better this time. Okay. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I remember when Sunken City first came out. I mean, I didn't get through Sunken City until after I met Steven and Leisha and Fallon Shadowblade, who ran Diary of a Wizard. Oh, it was just, excuse me, it was so frustrating. There's one spot that was like a tripwire, and there was no way to sneak around. You just had to do a battle there, no matter what. It was really tough. They definitely nerfed the game since then. I was talking to somebody about Marleybone last night, and about how sorry, having a brain freeze. About how tough Marleybone was when the game first came out. I actually almost quit the game in Marleybone. I was just, some nights just close to tears. I was so frustrated. Excuse me, the clockworks ran in the opposite direction as the first two worlds, and there were so many more of them. They were so fast, and this was before Mana Marks came out. So you would be trying to get somewhere, especially in Knight's Court. You'd be trying to get somewhere to do a quest, and you would get caught, and you get defeated, and you'd have to start all over again. So when they finally came out with Mana Marks, and you could at least get back to where you were, you know, it's like every few rooftops in Marleybone, you would set down a Mana Mark so that you could you know, if you got caught, you could get back. I just remember being so frustrated all the time. And of course, you know, I was playing with my son and my friend Aaron, excuse me, but we weren't all playing together, you know, and they were zipping through it with no problem. And I was like, that's not funny. This is long before teleporters came out. You know, the little teleport hubs that you could use. It was before they came out too. Now, Edward, what year did you start playing? Yeah. Yep, we played when there were no mounts. We started playing in February of 2009, and the mounts came out over the summer. I think either in July or October. There was a big update in July of 2009 that had Grizzleheim and the Bazaar. And then I'm not sure when the other ones came out. I know that I knew Simone at the time, but I'm not sure I knew Steven and Leisha yet, which means I don't think Ravenwood Radio had started yet. Now, of course, I'll have to go back and look that up. But I remember being so excited that if you could get 50,000 gold, you could get yourself a mount. It was very exciting. Okay. Oh, okay. So you started playing just before Grizzleheim and the Bazaar. So, oh, that's so cute. Well, it's funny. I had in August of 2009, maybe August 1st, because every year Twitter or X tells me, I made the Icy Wiz Twitter feed because on my regular Twitter feed that I had in real life, you know, I used a lot of very bad language, and I knew this was a family-friendly video game. You know, I didn't want to get turned off by it. But I had said something about Wizard101 on my feed, and this was before hashtags or anything. And that's how I met Fallon Shadowblade, a.k.a. Simone, Diary of a Wizard, because she somehow was going through Twitter feeds, and when somebody would mention Wizard101, she would write to them. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's other people old enough to use Twitter that play this game. Yay. I was like 39 at the time. And then she and I got to be friends, I guess, in game. And I mean, we're still Facebook friends. But and I started writing for Diary of a Wizard, and that was just super fun. Yeah, you know, here's the thing about Diary of a Wizard coming back. Simone's career is going so well, she just does not have time. She wound up becoming webmaster for I kind of, it's, I mean, she will tell you it's like a leather clothing store, but it's way more than a store. It's like a studio. And oh, I think I need to, okay, just pop that mana potion. Blah, I'm normally a strict vegetarian, but suddenly I feel the need to broaden my palate. Blah. So like they send and it's leather stuff, but like I know they've supplied stuff for the wardrobe for that show Arrow and other TV shows. So I mean they're a little too modest. Oh yeah, I'm going to work for this leather store. It's more like a designer studio. But yeah, she is. She's doing really well. And that's the thing. I mean, I think she does come back and play sometimes, but she's just so busy with work that, you know, I mean, when Wizard 101 started, it was, you know, you were, I'm trying to think how old you would have been. 2008, 2009 was a really rough economic period in the country. It was when like the housing crisis happened or the mortgage crisis happened and banks shut down and a lot of people lost their jobs and that kind of thing. So, I mean, when I first met her, she wasn't working and she was doing the website and Diary of a Wizard, so that social media thing, kind of just to keep herself busy and keep her skills up. Oh, okay. So I don't know how well you remember that. But I mean, like I remember I was really excited about the game because you could play a lot of it for free. And then when you were ready to spend money, you could spend $5 at a time. And, you know, when the whole country is going through, I mean, honestly, it was the biggest economic slowdown since the Great Depression. So in 70 years, you know, it was it was tough times. So yeah, you know, having met her when she was going through that tough time and, you know, having a hard time getting work. And now that she's been at this other place for like 10 years now and things are going so well, I'm really happy for her. Well, that's something I've always, and I'm sorry, Ed is saying, you know, he's shocked that King's Isle made it through that time. But that's one of the things I always say to people about the game. Like when people are like, oh, this game is dying, this game is dead, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, these guys launched a video game during the biggest economic slowdown of the century in our nation. They're doing something right. I mean, and I really think, and you know, a lot of people can say that I'm, you know, kissing up to KI or whatever, but, you know, from a business perspective, these guys launched a game during an incredible economic slowdown. And they also, I think, really blazed a path for microtransactions and for sustaining a game through microtransactions. I mean, about a year and a half after Wizard came out, Blizzard put what we affectionately call the Sparkle Pony in in their cash shop. But Blizzard was a very different, or Wizard was a really, excuse me, World of Warcraft is a very different type of game because you have to pay for the client, like $60 or more, and then you have to pay $15 a month to access the game, now even though you've bought it. So for the price of one game expansion, you can have a year of Wizard 101 if you wait for one of the annual specials. And then anything you do want to buy on top of that is gravy, you know, but a lot of games sort of went with that premium model after that. I know Lotro, you can play a lot of it without spending any money. Star Wars: The Old Republic, and those games didn't necessarily start off that way either, but they eventually went to that model. Oh my gosh, we love Lotro so much. Steven's so excited because he's going to be able to be a river hobbit. I heard they launched that a week or two ago, and it was a very rough launch. But yeah, you know, I think there's a lot of shrewd business minds behind King's Isle. And, you know, I think if they decide to cease a game or stop updating a game, it's not because they got backed into a corner over anything. It's that, you know, they've done projections and it's not going to be able to be. I don't think they're ever going to get caught. You know, like, I hate to say it, Firefall is a game that I played the brains out of and I really loved. And then, you know, one day a bunch of employees went to cash their paychecks and their paychecks wouldn't cash. You know, I don't think that's never going to happen, right? It just went downhill really, really quickly. That's not going to happen to King's Isle. I know a lot of people were really concerned about the sale to Gamago, but I think that's worked out well for King's Isle. Obviously, it's worked out well for Hybrid. Oh, you play a champion. Interesting. I have a ranger named Peridot Blood Pudding. No, Plum Pudding. I really like her a lot, but I think when I go back, I'm going to play my Runekeeper. That was the first tune that I played a lot. I think I'm kind of in the mood for a spellcaster again. What server do you play on? I think we're on Gladden. And I mean, we have a guild called the Spiral Council. We have guilds called the Spiral Council, a lot of different MMOs. Well, we would, and maybe they're doing cross server things so that we could at least play together. Wow, this is going. It's only 20 of. I'm going to give this a bit more time and see if I can whittle these guys down before I call in a henchman. I know we have some on Gladden and some on Crick Hollow, but I'm pretty sure that the kinship, I'm pretty sure, is on Gladden. Oh, phew, you've made it farther than most of us. I've been playing Lotro since 2011, and I don't think I have a tune past 65. They have spectacular holiday events. Their fall one is really, really good. Well, I don't need to tell you that. It's like, I'll get excited if World of Warcraft or something is having a holiday event because I want to, like, log in and get easy XP, but I don't even think about getting XP. When Lotro has holiday events, I'm just like, yeah, let me get in there. I'm going to pickpocket some people, take their pie, save up tokens, get myself a new bunny pet. Yeah, the Christmas one is great. No, thank you. No, thank you, Doozy. I don't need any help from a kitty. Nope, I sure don't. I'm going to try Meteor Strike, everybody. I'm going to go for broke. How dare you? Uh-oh. Oh. No, pick up a tiny one. No, that one's too big. You'll hurt yourself. Oh, gosh. He wore his back brace. I guess that wasn't really what I wanted to happen. Ha. Ha ha. Okay, folks, I'm going to do it. No, not leveled. What? Why would you suggest a level 20 balance henchman when the first one you showed me last time was a level 80 life? That's just rude. What if I had accidentally clicked, like, knee-jerk reaction? It's different. It's definitely different. Jeff was saying he might have to start a new wizard because so much has changed. It's certainly really different. I mean, if I didn't have such a strong emotional connection to Christina and all of her houses, I would start a new one. But I used to have 3 at level cap every expansion. I used to have ice. Wah. Yay! Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. That was 20 cents well spent. Um, so at any rate, I could certainly work on Christina alongside. It seems Edward is genuinely interested in helping me, and then level a different one with you, Jeff. I have a level 5 myth. I don't know who I think I'm kidding. I'm not going to play that myth wizard. But the starting experience is quite different. Edward, have you leveled a new one since they changed the starting experience and updated the artwork and all that? I know Ian did starting last year, and it was remarkably different. Ian's my son, by the way. Anybody who hasn't been around for the past 14 years. I love how they took the different things that we grow in our garden and made them NPCs to battle. Blah, I yield. I am too weak to resist. If only I have more juice. Blah, I must return to my chambers to slumber. For now. Now the neglected ones are your most powerful. Yeah. Thanks for digging us out of trouble, Wizard. Carly and I just wanted to be famous farmers, not revive a sleeping monster. We've learned our lesson. We are done being farming innovators. We're going back to our old jobs. Costume sales? What? Let me know if you're ever in the market for a good costume transformation. Wow. Okay. Well, let's see. Costume vendor. I don't know. I don't really think I want to do. I might come in on Christina and get one of these, but oh, okay. I'll have my mom transform into Gamma. There we go. What's this? Oh, no elixirs. Okay. All right. Here we go. Well, that was really fun, everybody, and it took almost exactly an hour. Thank you so much for coming out, keeping me company, and giving me some great conversation points, Edward. Edward is the owner and proprietor of Around the Spiral, so please check out his site, his stream. He does great events every year. He does the Halloween run, which is going to be on the 29th, right? We're going to be talking about it more. Follow us on Twitter. Follow him definitely at Around the Spiral. And if you follow us on Twitter at Spiral Radio 101, I always retweet when Around the Spiral is going to have an event. It's really great stuff. And thank you for coming out, Jeff. Let's talk about leveling up a new pair. And Stephen, thanks for popping in the middle of oppressing the taxpayers. That's very nice of you. We appreciate it. I'm going to just go back to Merle. Is it Merle? No, it was Dworgen who sent me here in the first place. Because I think that maybe he has a little present for me. I think maybe he's going to give me a Frankenbunny. Tarly, what are you doing? I just saw you back there, dude. What's going on? Yeah, I'm going to wind up just turning over my stream to your channel that day, Ed, because I used to be stream at 3 on Sundays and I had to move it to 4, and that's when your party is starting. So I'm just going to, how you can, on Twitch, you can sign up, host somebody else's stream. I'm just going to host your stream on my stream that day. And then make sure people come back for the bunny run too, because that sort of feels like the original. All right, let me see. I'm going to go to the comments. And now I'm going to go to Death Side. Death Side. That's not what it's called. Night Side. That's ridiculous. All right, Dworgen, what do you have for me? You're back. Where did I send you again? Dworgen, now I get it. I didn't get that joke when I first started playing. You have a pack from 2017. Yeah, we used to hang out in Nightside after the Ravenwood radio streams. Yep. Well, after my work season is over in April, if people really want to do that on Monday evenings, I could force myself to. But like, I'm really busy from January through April 15th. Let us hope our ingenious little farmers have learned not to venture into caves with gates emblazoned with giant skulls. No. Once again, I've saved Wizard City from an unspeakable fate. Oh, the horrors you've seen. So many vegetables. Ick. Yeah. Okay, I got me a Franken bunny. Okay, I didn't get 2 Franken bunnies. I only got 1. Nikki, Captain Rolf. Baby Ruby is a fire beetle. I forgot about Baby Ruby. She has sprightly and spellproof, but you know, Nikki has Maggie was the name of another dog that belonged to my mom. Tasha was my mom's, like, I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but Tasha was this dog. My mom and Tasha had a really great connection. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. We'll see you back here next Monday, probably 7 o'clock Eastern time, but check our Twitter stream or our Twitch to be absolutely sure. Thanks again for coming out, everybody. Remember, Around the Spiral, you got to check them out. And we'll talk soon. Take care.